It is a dream of hundreds, thousands, and lakhs of youths in India to join the prestigious civil services examination and to be a part of that great administration. Do you have that dream? And the same lakhs of people who see this great dream fail in this examination, get eliminated at the preliminary examination. Do you also have a fear that you will also fail in this exam? It's like equating, they had the perfect car, they had the driver, it had the almost full tank petrol, but the car still chose the wrong direction. Are you a civil services aspirant like this? And do you have that hundreds and thousands of questions inside you burning? Do you want to start your preparation from the scratch? Then Kickstart is the best session for you. Join the Kickstart initiation and get all the answers, what your preparation, how your preparation should be. Get all the answers in Kickstart. Let's get kickstarted. In the Kickstart session, the second important step, which we call is why an aspirant fails. It's a tough thing. Because when you prepare for civil services exam, you should also understand that every year, a lot of people write this exam, and the number of people who clear this exam are very few, and the number of people who gets eliminated are so high. Why is it so? So, before we move into the further steps, we thought we'll put a second step called as why an aspirant fail. Because it's the best thing to start when your preparation. You should know what are the chances of me failing in this exam. So if you know the main causes why people fail in this exam, I think it's better to cope up, recarve your studies in a better manner. For that, let's discuss what you call as why an aspirant fail. I would like to give you an illustration before we understand. How does it work? Let's find out by an illustration. Take an example. Everybody loves radio. And FM is very popular in India. People love listening to FM while they're in the car. And a lot of people in the home, especially housewives, you can always see a radio in the kitchen, blaring music every time. So it's a common scene from a common house. So I'm not talking about the radio, but how does an FM radio work? It's actually a frequency. Imagine the frequency is 96.8. You tune into the frequency. If it is 96.654, it will start giving you noises, and when you tune into 96.8, say 96.8, only when you tune into that frequency, you hear the noise. So why did I tell you the story for radio? Because you're all preparing for civil services, you're right, starting from the scratch. I think this illustration works big time. Civil services exam is also like a frequency. It doesn't matter whether you have a radio or not, whether you have a big bandwidth of frequency tuning. Only if you tune into that frequency of the exam, you clear the exam. Is it funny? No. It is a fact. Because in India, we have seen since so many years, people have been preparing for this exam, people fail in this exam. And what I've understood is, it is like a frequency. Only if you tune into that frequency, you'll clear the exam. That means, what do you mean by the statement? It means that there is a demand of the exam. There is a pattern of the exam. There is a trend of the exam which we have to find out. And if we don't find out that right trend or the pattern, the right tuning doesn't happen. Most often, people fail. That's why people say, that's my second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, fifth attempt, sixth attempt. Only for general candidates, you have only 6 attempts, and 7 attempts, 8 attempts. What happens is, the tuning doesn't happen. And surprisingly, when you see that a person who is actually a topper saying that my 4th attempt, I cleared my service in the 4th attempt, that means that the tuning only got perfect or in sync And that was the moment when he cleared the exam. That was the moment when he cleared the civil services exam. So, how do you tune yourself? I'll tell you, because this video is all about giving you the right tuning. And when you start preparing, we see that we have a lot of students coming also. You have engineers, maybe you're a doctor, you come from a history background, you come from a sociology background, you come from arts background, engineering background, any backgrounds you come. But the point is, I'll tell you one thing. Imagine this tuning and imagine it is 96.8. I don't know whether there is a radio coming on this frequency, but still, let's put it 96.8 as a frequency. Imagine you are a doctor from the most premier institute of India. And you are the best doctor from that institute and you are preparing for this exam. You will have your own frequency. That is a natural frequency which we say. You will have a frequency of say 78.5 or say 91. You will have a frequency, let's fix 91. And you are a gold medalist from a very premier university of India and you got a gold medal in history. Absolute passion on history. You will have your frequency as say 65.5 because your skills are different. And you have an engineering graduate or from a person from IIM, from IITs. Imagine your frequency is 83.6. So just like we say people are different, the frequencies are also different. So what happens is all the people with different frequencies come together and write a same exam. That is civil services exam. There is a fixed pattern for that. So some people might think that, okay, whatever subjects I've studied, I think most of the subjects are getting repeated in the UPSC exam also. So that means I'm getting an extra edge. And some people say, I'm a doctor. My subjects are not there in the civil service exam, but since my childhood, I have a great understanding of so many subjects which are positively found in the syllabus also. So you meet a lot of people coming together with different frequencies. And you know what happens? Ultimately, exam is different. You have a different examination. And when you study for the exam, you come from different frequencies. In order to clear this exam, you will have to take 96.8. So in the examples that I've given you, I think the example of the doctor which I said is 91. He'll only take less time because he's already, his frequency, natural frequency is already at 91. It will be very easy for him to tune into 98, 96. That is what we call as first attempt. I cleared the exam in the first attempt. That's not a magic. Why? You should ask people who cleared exam in the first attempts. Do they do it of a magic? No. Is it the preparation they studied so hard? No. Doesn't mean that they have not studied. They have studied, they have put their best efforts, but they already had a flair. Or their preparation or their idea of study was almost in alignment with the UPSC syllabus. That's why they found it very easy. Maybe during their college days, they would have been good in quizzing. They would have good at writing. So they already knew almost majority of the concepts of the syllabus. And that's why how they cleared this examination. So it was more easy for them to get in tune with the subjects. So that is why 91 to 96, small frequency, they could connect so fast. And what about the gold medalist who took a degree from history? What will happen to him? So he's actually from a different area. I think, imagine he himself is actually in the 60s, frequencies in 60s. He has to connect from 60 to 90s. That will take much more time. Doesn't mean that all the people who take history are in this frequency. Some people who are actually a gold medalist in history from another university, he may be in 93. So it is easy for him to connect to the. So that is how you should ask people how did they clear the first attempt. Most probably their study, their hard work, apart from that, their innate frequency was almost near to the examination demand. That is why it was easy for them. Because they didn't want to take an extra class on answer writing because they were very good, because they were essay champions while they were in the school and college. Writing was so easy for them. And there was good quizzes that they knew almost many things which an aspirant studies for the first time, he or she knew it when he or she was in the school or college. So it was easy for him. So that is how we say frequency. So you need to know what is your frequency. And the more quickly you move from your frequency to the exam frequency, you clear the exam. If you find it difficult to tune, what happens is second attempt. If you take more time to do it, third attempt, fourth attempt, things don't work out. So I think now you got a real good idea about how this frequency tuning is going to work out. Trust me, this exam has got a frequency. And I would like to give you another illustration also. You can take a close look at the images that I'm going to show you. You're going to see an image. You're going to see a barrel. Yes, that is written as UPSC barrel, and that is actually 5 liters. Imagine that barrel as 5 liters and the liquid inside that barrel as 5 liters as the content that you want to pour in. 5 liters. If you pour 5 liters, you will clear UPSC. Imagine that. And take a close look at another image. It's a big barrel. A pretty big barrel. Imagine yourself as that barrel. Okay. So the key task is you're going to prepare for this exam and you know that yes, 5 liters, I need to put this 5 liters into this barrel. When I put this 5 liter in the barrel, my content will be good and finally I'll clear the civil service exam. This is the thought. But imagine there is another barrel called B. Look at that wonderful shape of the barrel. A pretty good interesting shape of the barrel. What did you find? This barrel shape, this is what UPSC needs. That means you need to put that, when you put that 5 liter of water or 5 liter of liquid in the UPSC barrel, it fits that perfect shape, that uneven shape. That is what you have to become. I've seen people, you know what I've seen? If you are a senior, take any academies in India, any places in India where people study, you can see thousands of people roaming around with books, with so much pain, agony. I've not cleared the civil service exam. That's going to be a 4th attempt. I don't have money to study. It's a pain and agony when I normally call it as a casino, because every UPSC aspirant is like a casino player. The more you lose, the more you want to participate again, because you know that you are going to win it. That's a kick which people have. But have you realized? The point is, take a look at the barrels. If you are that big barrel, if you pour that 5 liter of liquid, the barrel is only half filled, not even half filled. You keep filling. Every time, you know what happens? There is a psychological satisfaction that works with many aspirants. You keep pouring the liquid into the barrel, imagining that I need to make my content rich, content rich, content rich, content rich. You pour the liquid, the barrel keeps coming up, and you find that the barrel never fills up. So, if you're trying to put more information in your body, if you're trying to put more information in that barrel, more information, more idea, more content is not the key to crack UPSC exam. Sorry, you're wrong. Have this notion. Take it away. So, the point is, strategic people clear this exam. Take the barrel number B. There is an uneven shape that you see in the barrel. You just put the 5 liter of liquid inside that barrel. You have to become that barrel. Then you clear this exam, because you are in tune with the demand of the examination. That is my key point. You are in tune with the demand of the examination, not knowledge seeking. One time you'll become a knowledge tank. You know everything under the sun, because you have been pouring into that big barrel of lot of water, not 5 liters, it's been almost 25 liters since the last 3-4 attempts. You have been pouring in, but you have not become the shape which UPSC exam or civil service exam demands you to be. I think in this Kickstarter session, you should understand that this is one of the most important reasons why people fail, because they put a lot of effort. Their idea is to create a lot of knowledge, learn everything under the sun. But what is missing? There is a strategy, a thin line of strategy that is being missed out. Get it? So, get the radio frequency tuning, be the barrel which the exam demands. Fill only what is required, because you don't need a great intellectual, big, heavy information tank to clear this exam. You have to be strategic. That's a mistake which people commit. So this is one thing. And again, psychological satisfaction is something which makes people fail in this exam. As I've said, imagine hundreds and thousands of people preparing for this exam, going through that pain, agony. It's so hard. What happens is they work hard. They put all their effort. But it is not in demand of the examination. Sometimes you don't put the right things in the right manner. That is why people say you fail terribly in this exam. And also, I think 3 traits are also important: determination, consistency, and patience. It might look like moral science principles, but definitely you have to invest 1 year on your studies. You're starting your studies, you need to put 1 year completely on this, and you have to do a lot of things. Do you think it is easy to do every day? That means be consistent, be determined. Patience. Patience is a big thing. Don't expect that you're gonna get results every day. In your school, you must have studied for your unit test or your test. You study for the test, your teacher gives you the answer paper 1 week back or 1 week later. What happens is you get your results, yes, immediate results. But in civil services exam, you have to wait for some time. So there is no immediate results for you. That means you have to slowly work hard with determination and patience. That means patience is a big thing here. So folks, don't worry. For your beginning, you're kickstarting yourself. Tune into that frequency. While you study for this exam, you'll find that. And be that barrel. Be that strategic barrel. And not that endless Akshay Patra. No. Try this out. This is your Kickstarter 2. If you find the answers why aspirants fail, I think it's always nice to know what are the reasons of the failure so that you don't repeat it. And I really hope that you don't repeat it.